That's the end of the session. P7.
Good evening and welcome to Gentlemen's Sim Racing Club, round 4 of the Trophy AI Supercar Series. Tonight you have a 40-minute race, 1 fast repair, 15 incident points in every 7 after that. Please use your relative F3 screen at all times. And SimComms is communicating with myself and admin. You also have 1 compulsory pit stop to make tonight. I'll be a live RC, also have Daniel in here learning. If you want anything to be looked at, call a car number, lap number, and I'll have a look. No swearing in race comms. This is your first and final warning. Any more swearing may see you removed from the server. Irish black flags will not be cleared, safety penalty. Good luck. Have a good race.
Good luck, drivers.
The race starts in 30 seconds.
The estimated strength of field is 2,467. Let's take opportunities.
7th position. Strength of field is 2,400. Okay, Craig. Nice and neat. Stay out of trouble. Okay, standing start.
Green flag, green flag.
Left side. Clear left.
Clear on the left.
Car left.
Still there. There's an incident ahead.
Clear left.
Clear.
Car,
Right
you're
side.
in the middle.
You're in the middle.
Clear right.
Three
Clear
wide.
all around.
Clear. 2 wide.
You're in the middle. 3 wide. Clear all. You're in the middle.
Car
Clear
on the
right.
left. 2 wide.
Clear all round.
Clear on the left.
Copy 011.
Filling up now. Get us to the end. .758. You're in 5.
car left. Clear left.
Clear
on your left.
Car on your left. Still there, hold your line.
Clear left.
Clear on
We've just
the
had a
left.
warning for cutting the track. Bad luck, Craig. Come on, don't let him get away.
Race control car 517 lap 2.
Copy 517.
Car
Right side.
Still there.
Clear right.
Clear on the right.
P6.
Car on
Left
your left.
side.
Stay on the right. Keep to the right.
Clear left.
Clear.
On your right. Clear right.
Clear on the right. Car
On your
on.
right. Right side's clear.
Clear on the right. That was your fastest lap of the session. Right
Car
side.
right. Right side's clear.
Clear on the right.
Car right. Clear right.
Clear.
Car right.
Going on the left.
Clear right.
Clear. Car on your
Left side
left.
clear left.
Clear. Left
Car
side.
left. Clear left.
Too wide.
On your right. Three wide. You're in the middle.
Three wide.
Clear left.
Clear. Too wide.
Clear
Go
all
on the
round.
left. Clear.
All right, Craig. The pit window is now open.
break. Number 721.
Copy 721.
Lap 6, car 97, not looking at yellow flag. Turn 2.
Copy 97.
Just hold the brake.
It's enough, guys.
The leader is running 56.473. Car 281 is now leading 57.495. Left
Clear
side,
left.
clear on the left.
P6.
Right
Car
side,
right. Clear right.
clear on the right.
Ah, bollocks. See if you can get him back. Stay between the lines, please, Craig.
57.874.
E7. Right side.
Going on the left. Still there, hold your line.
right.
Clear. There's an incident ahead.
Car right. There's an incident in turn 1. We think it might be
On the
Maverick.
left. Still there.
Right side's clear. Okay, Craig. Left side.
Still there.
Clear
Hold the
left.
line. Clear on the left.
Car in front of us is Barber, and their rating is 2.4. The gap to Maverick behind is increasing. It's now 1.9 seconds.
The car in front pitting. 8.706.
E10. Okay, Craig, you're reeling V9 in. The gap is 2.7 seconds.
The lead is
Buchanan
pitting
is
now.
pitting from position 3. We think he'll be close in front of you when he exits.
Car 27 is now leading.
There's an incident in turn 17. It looks like Maverick. There's a car leading the pit lane.
57.369. You're
This
in
is
the top
okay.
10.
Keep those
Nice
exit
work.
speeds up. P5.
20 minutes to go.
Should be about 7 laps remaining on this tank. The gap to Barber ahead is increasing. It's now 2.1.
Race control, fast and safety, lap 12, got the hairpin.
Copy 686.
Right
On your
side.
right, clear right.
Clear on the right.
Come on, that's the stuff. Well done, Craig.
The lead consider 56.23. The car in front is pitting.
This is fucking great, mate. Keep it coming, P3.
The car in front is pitting. The lead is pitting now.
The gap to Barber behind is now 1.1.
Car 011 is now leading.
Okay, Craig, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up.
57.726. You're now in third. The car in P5 just set the fastest lap. 54.666. care of your tyres. The car in
The
front
leader,
is pitting.
Jones,
The
is
leader's
pitting.
pitting now.
Jones, ahead is pitting. Gap to P3 behind us now, 1.8 seconds. Okay, Craig, keep doing what you're doing. This is spot on.
You're in
the lead
right now.
The gap to P2 behind is now 2.5. The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 45 Celsius. There's a car exiting the pits. Look out for the pit speed limit. The pit lane speed limit is 40 kilometers per hour. Okay, Craig, we'll fill you to the end of the race. Fastest lap for Brad, 154.13.
Pit box in.
Box
10,
in, 5, 4,
10 minutes to go.
3,
5. Keep it up.
2.
We're in a great spot. 2, 1.
1.
Right here.
Box now. Front left, 47%. Rear
All
left,
clear.
42. Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line. The car in front of us is Michael, and their rating is 2.2. That's a new fastest lap for Jones, 154.07.
3. Just set the fastest lap. 54.07.
The gap behind is now 4.4. Brad, car number 27, is leading the race. Craig. You've got about 4 laps of fuel left. P11.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left. We're going to need rubber soon. Take it easy now. Car 27 is now leading.
Barber is getting closer. The gap is now 2.4. You've got about 3 laps of fuel left.
We're going to need rubber soon. Take it easy now.
The active V12 behind is now 1.8 seconds. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
The leader is running 55.042.
Barber behind is now 1.2. meters left, 2 minutes to go. P11.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
Incident in turn 6. Looks like it's Smith. On your left. Clear left.
Clear.
Car left. Clear left. Car left.
Hold your line.
Clear left.
Clear.
Car right.
Still there, hold your line.
Clear right.
Clear on the right.
Incident in turn 17.
got a
Looks
car
like
on the left.
Smith. Yellow flag.
White flag, white flag. .076.
Last lap.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left. Right
Car
side.
right. Right side's clear.
Clear.
2 litres left. P11, that's it. We're done.
Ticket flag,
Bad
ticket
luck,
flag.
Craig.
Okay, we'll get them next time.
That's the end of the session.
Thanks for the racing tonight, guys. The top Bree from Elite.
He joins us. Bondi's here for a quick chat as well. We'll keep it tight tonight, guys, because my colleague has a rather early start, an unenviable early start tomorrow morning. I can't say I'll be awake to be sympathising with you, Dan, but you can rest assured I don't envy you with regards to that one. But again, talking about that juggle between real world and GSRC commitments, and you and Greg Heaney are right in the thick of it, comparing alarm times earlier tonight. Tyson Broad from Ryan Jones, Will Buchanan, Jason Douglas, Sam Cullen, Luke Page, Alex Tzikis, then Sam Chapman. If it's only 5, Tzikis holds off Chapman by 2 seconds. Then Terry Marsh, Nathan Michael in the end second for Whiskey Business Racing. Craig Bond, Andy Barber, Adam Lavis third in the Dev split. Well clear of Eduardo Zamora, Jack Humphries, Kurt Normanson. Unfortunately, that last run to the checkered flag, that last sector spin for him did cost him with Eduardo Zamora. Dale Sharp come home behind him. Mitchell Buckman, Aaron Smith, and Blake Fitz, the other retirement of the night. Actually, no, he was one of 2. Daniel Snedden, of course, the other and the first of the race. That's what it means as far as the provisionally, as far as the elite split was concerned. Broad from Jones, 0.697. Then Buchanan, Douglas, Cullen, Page, Tzikis, Chapman. Bondi gets 9th, and then Andy Barber. And as we said, Marsh, Michael, Lavis, Zamora, Normanson and Sharp, your top 6. Ahead of Buckman and Snedden in the open split. The dev split, as we call it, on a Wednesday night. Snedden a DNF. Aaron Smith, the only unclassified one in there at the moment in terms of he hasn't been allocated a split. I dare say he will be so, but and it'll probably be development, but it won't matter because he was a retirement tonight anyway. So there you have it. Interesting stuff. We'll get some final thoughts from Dan Yeaman in just a few moments' time. Tyson Broad, must be nice to be back in the swing of things on the platforms of the GSRC. I know you won't enjoy going back into the comment thread on YouTube to see your teammates just absolutely sledging you. You'd expect nothing less, but a solid performance tonight. You withstood the pressure from both Will Buchanan, who took it to you in the early stages, and Ryan Jones, who was pushing, nipping at your heels right until the very end. Mate, a solid drive. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. Yeah, the car wasn't very suited to these very hot conditions tonight. Yeah, it was just something we probably need to go back to the drawing board on that one. But yeah, in terms of the race tonight, it was really good to battle Will at the beginning there, and then just sort of conceding, letting him go by and try and recover my tyres a bit. And then, yeah, I was a bit surprised with how early he came in. But, you know, I just sort of stuck to my strategy and pitted a couple laps later and, yeah, had to go by, I think it was Fitz first and then Will again. But, yeah, managed to pull the move off and, yeah, managed to maintain the gap to Ryan there at the end.
It's getting a bit argy-bargy behind you, mate. You must have been happy to be clear of that. And I know you guys have been tied up with pre-qual for the Logitech G Pro Invitational through the qualifying series, of course, the 4 rounds there that have played out. Must be nice to be back in something that isn't as frantic and hectic as that has usually been.
Well, I've been working behind the scenes on that. Unfortunately, work made me think I was going to miss the series, but then, as it turns out, they've withdrawn shifts from me, so therefore I could have done the whole series. But I just sort of helped the boys in the background for the 8 Pro, and then obviously, yeah, that finished last night, so it freed me up to be able to race here tonight.
Indeed. And I guess the other point as well, mate, no talk about parity here. Driver's choice would suggest that the Chevy is the car to have at the moment. I guess there's a bit of interest from a virtual world standpoint as to when Supercars and iRacing will collaborate for the Toyota to be launched as well.
Yeah, it'll sort of be interesting. Sort of wait to see on that one. But no, these things are pretty much the same across the board, so it's just down to the drivers, I guess.
down to which badge you prefer to be flashing on the totem pole. Speak of the behind-the-scenes work that you've done, mate. Some good recruitment from Orbit Drop Bear in the off-season. You must be really excited about where things sit heading into the full season proper.
Yeah, I mean, we've only really had one driver signing lately, but it was quite a big one in
it was a
Cable.
Yeah,
very good to obviously have him back in the team after some time away. But yeah, it's good to work with him again.
All right, I am on a bit of a time frame here, boys, because Dan needs his sleep and he's got an early alarm. So let's cut to the chase here, mate. Now that you're back in the car, I know obviously you'll be working behind the scenes with the Orbit Drop Bear boys, probably on the Supercars and the Porsches, quite frankly. So what does that mean for you and racing? Will we see you for Sebring next week? And if so, what are the thoughts? What are the immediate thoughts going into that round on that circuit, knowing it's the same format as tonight?
I won't be there because I'll be working, but I think you'll have at least probably 2 Orbit Drop Bear cars out there, maybe even a couple more, who knows. But I just want to thank the boys at Orbit Drop Bear for the ongoing support, even though sort of stepping back in terms of full-time driving anyway, just to focus on work. But and our sponsors in Revolution Race Gear and iLiveries, as well as the other associates, and the gents for putting on the event, and also paying Daniel despite the fact that he needs a full-time job as well.
No. Well, to be fair, that is a nice little get square from Tice to you, Dan, considering that you took your opportunity earlier to take a swipe at him.
Yeah. Look, I probably deserve that after giving him the rib about the apexes when he was missing them in the first part of the race. So yeah, fair point. But hey, you let me know when sim racing pays the bills, and I'll stop doing other work.
Yeah, at least I can go 50 meters in a race without crashing into someone, Dan.
And me too on that note, by the way, Tice. Let me know when sim racing starts paying the bills so I can lighten my load elsewhere. Speaking of which, you made a commentary cameo a couple of weeks ago. Are you still enjoying that side of things, considering that it's still somewhat novel?
Yeah, it's sort of been interesting to take the mic over from you and Liam at points, but yeah, I think for now I might be better off in the driver's seat. Maybe get some experience, sort of maybe being an understudy to someone, who knows. But yeah, it was all right.
Here's one for you, boys. I wondered why it was a little bit stuffy in the booth tonight. I turned over and I just realised that I've got 3 settings on the fan, and it was on the lowest of them. So I've stitched myself up royally there. 10 points to me. That's much nicer now. That we've cranked that up. Hey, Tice, well done. I know you're off the grid next week, but where else might we see you popping up to have a steer, please?
Have a look at the calendar. Maybe at Miami. I don't really know about the rest, to be honest.
All right. Keep your eyes peeled. Watch this space for when we're going to see the purple and yellow of Tyson Broad carving it up again on the platforms of the GSRC. Who do you want to thank, mate? That was a great drive tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I've already given the thanks, but just, again, the boys at Orbit Drop Bear for the support, and the sponsors in Revolution Race Gear and iLiveries.
Indeed. Very nicely done, mate. Get out of here. Well done. Great performance. Great result. Back in victory lane. So, again, just proving the point that you don't have to be a regular to just come in here. Once it's second nature to walking to you, it's easy enough to show up and be competitive. So, well done. We look forward to seeing you as the season goes on.
Thank you.
From T Broad, I want to go to Will Buchanan, actually. Firstly, you boys just hold on tight there. I'll get to you very shortly, but I want to go to you, Will Buchanan, because quite frankly, that was a nice drive, mate. But in the end, unfortunately, I just get the feeling that your tyres were begging for mercy.
Oh yeah, they were shot to bits, that's for sure. I thought the undercut might work, but then I was realising, the track's like 50 degrees, and then like Tyson and Ryan were pulling into me quick, so I was like, okay, let's shot myself in the foot.
In saying that, though, mate, a nice result, and I'm just having a look down the leaderboard here again. I think I'm right in saying that was also your first hit out of the campaign as well.
Yeah, I've been tied up with the prequel series for Logitech, so no, it's good to get back out of here. Enjoy racing in this league.
And that's the thing as well, mate. I mean, we were talking throughout the course of the broadcast here, Dan and I, and I want to pick your brain on it as well. Firstly, what did you make of the Qual Series and how did it fare for you? Just give us a brief overview of that. And secondly, right, that's the wonderful thing about this league, right? It's here, you know it's here, 40 weeks a year. There's a race server up on a Wednesday night for the Supercars. But it's nice also that you guys go and dabble in other things and then still use this as like a training ground, if you like, to stay match fit when you don't have other commitments elsewhere.
Yeah, no, that's why I like it. Like comparing myself to a couple of the fast boys there, especially like Blacklock and Tyson there, previous seasons. Like, it's just good to see how my progression is going. And yeah, with Logitech, it was probably not the first round hitted me a lot. I'd say we would have been there at the end if we didn't have a shocking performance first round. But no, it was a really good experience. And hopefully I can bring it into this championship season.
Any of the team at your end lining up for the ASRG's Porsche offering, mate? Obviously, Reggio's only open for that on Sunday afternoon.
I think we might have one or two of our boys doing it, but I'm not too sure. It depends on availability with them at this stage.
Yep. Okay, so noting that you had the pace tonight, but obviously tyre wear was the Achilles heel. How much confidence do you take from that you can go toe-to-toe with Brody and Jonesy here? And how do you go about planning to try and match them better than when we get to Sebring next week?
I'll definitely put a lot more practice into Sebring. The only laps I did was basically tonight. Didn't have any confidence in any of the setups we had, so definitely lock in a bit next week, find a setup I like, and just keep running laps, and hopefully we can pull off a result.
All right, very nicely done. What does the rest of the racing schedule look like, please? Another busy week on the platforms of the GSRC, and we know the AIT Revolution E-Racing squad. Actually, I just noticed there's AIT X-Revolution E-Racing now. Is that a slight year-on-year change, or have I misread that?
No, it's the same company with AITT. It's just indulging into the esports side of the business. So
very nice. Very nice. So what does the rest of the week look like for you and the stable, mate? And also a couple of comments from you on the fact that your teammate Terry's picked up the open split, the dev split tonight as well. So it's been a good night out for the team on the podium in both splits.
Yeah, shout out to Terry. It was an awesome drive by him. So I'll leave all the sponsor shout outs to Terry. Rest of the week, I might pop in again to GTE Friday night. And raced there last week and it was pretty fun. So I might do that. Otherwise, I'll just be focusing on supercars and preparing for Scops in a few weeks' time.
All right, mate. Very nicely done. As I say, we're a little bit pressed for time on the post-race show tonight, so we'll let you go. Well done. Look forward to seeing you in action when we get to Sebring next week, and all the best with what's to come.
Too easy, guys. Have a good night.
Just before I go to the next cab off the rank, didn't get a chance. There was so much going on in that supercar race, and I was expecting it to be tame. I was expecting it to be lifeless, but it was anything but. So well done to everybody. Great show. Australia, if you want to watch the T20 World Cup tonight, 5 for 157 in the 18th over. They're, of course, taking on Ireland in the first match of the group stage there. So the Aussies are going along not too badly. 37 for Josh Inglis, 21 for Cameron Green, 37 for Matt Renshaw, 43 for Marcus Stoinis. Travis Head only 7 and Glenn Maxwell only 9. So two of the big guns, I've got to make sure that I don't trip up the way Cromley did 20 years ago, didn't necessarily fire in the opening match of the campaign. On the subject of commentary, Ryan Jones is in the house. Dan Yeaman's personally only here to say thanks for handing him the victory the other night in Super Formula Y. But let's talk about a couple of other things, right? Still, unfortunately, that elusive first victory on our platforms in broadcast mode eludes you, mate. Not without a solid effort to try and overturn that tonight. Unfortunately, just a couple of things not falling your way in the legends predominantly. You and Chapo, of course, got gobbled up, squabbling for the lead in race one, and that was a great show, by the way. And then in the supercar, one little slip up on that final lap denied Jetty potential late dive on the eventual winner, Tyson Broad. Well done anyway.
Yeah, getting pretty good at almost winning, but nice little podium streak of starting to rack up. It was hot work in the supercar, I'll tell you that much.
It's almost like I'm trying to compare it to someone in the real world. It's almost like Glenn Seaton's affair with Bathurst, really. Near yet far at the same time. In saying that, though, immediate thoughts on the night as a whole, mate, because the Legends look like a hell of a lot of fun, except for the fact that you got fed some grass in the second race. And then the supercar, that was a solid drive for 40 minutes there. But it bodes well the fact that you've actually been very well acquainted with the supercar over the last few weeks through the same Logitech qualifying series that the other two have mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, the first Legend car race, I wasn't even mad about that. That was so much fun. Those last couple of laps, or the whole race with Chapo. That last lap was off the charts, awesome. I actually I could have dived back to the inside after we were 4 wide, but I thought the race had been too good for me to make the half move, even if it was for the win, and accidentally cause a shunt. So I backed out of it and was happy with that. And then race 2, unfortunately, just, I don't know, bit of stupidity from a couple of drivers, unfortunately, when let Chapo and Maverick blaze off in the distance. And I think I was turned around 3 times in that race and got back up to 3rd, which was a decent recovery, I suppose. And then the supercar was just no practice, no setup, hope for the best. Turns out the Red Bull ring setup works pretty well around here. I felt like I was getting quicker and quicker throughout the night as I sort of picked it up, and just $1 short. Again, bit of stupidity on the first lap, cost me 3 seconds. Who knows?
Tyre were obviously a talking point in that race as well. More so, or Will Buchanan, but yet again, you went further into the race than Tyson Broad, and he still managed to undercut you. That was a phenomenal performance from him, the way in which he made that happen. But on the same token, you came out 2.5 seconds in arrears and were within half a second of him on the final lap. So yet again, the fresher the tyre, the better the car seemed to be.
Yeah, my car was really good on a long run. It's really good last night as well, actually. So maybe that's a trade of the setup I need to dive into. It was really good in the long run. So at the end of that first stint, I clawed that gap back into Tyson and Will that I lost on the first lap, and just sort of sat behind Tyson. I wasn't trying to pass him, and then he pitted, and I tried to put in a really good in lap and actually threw myself off the road. So cost myself up a second there, and then I was hoping Will would put up a bit more of a fight. I think he just outbraked himself trying to defend, which was a shame. And I was working really hard to get to Tyson. I think with 2 or 3 to go, I was within 7 tenths, and I just went in too deep to the second last corner, and it gifted him a couple more tenths, and he couldn't quite get back in within that perfect draft range after that. But he drove pretty much faultlessly in that last stint, so not much I can do about that. I feel like after I gifted Orbit the win in the SF Lights with Yeaman, there should have been a sympathy victory come my way, like a gift back, but obviously not.
Oh, that's funny. That's brilliant. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
I forgot to check my PayPal balance and give out the team order afterwards.
Correct. It was to be fair, right? If it was kids' sport, where everyone gets a trophy. That's certainly how it would have worked for you, Jonesy, but it's not. This is big business, as we've been discussing throughout the course of the evening. So just tidy up something else for me, and then I'll quickly move on to the Dev Split and Bondi and everyone else that's in here. The Red Bull Ring setup, was that a cock up on your part, or was that intentional? Because you said it in the post race show, and it jogged my memory that you made reference to the Red Bull Ring, but I couldn't see the full comment because we were looking at the grid and the other stuff on the screen at the time, and it was hidden under that. So it was that you ran the Red Bull setup on this car on this circuit. Was that intentional or not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have setups for this place. I've done one race here, and I used the same qualifying set I've used pretty much everywhere for the last 8 months in quali. Wasn't great. And then, yeah, I didn't have a setup, and I knew last night's set was decent, and I thought, well, that's got corners. This has got corners. Hopefully it works.
This has got corners, he says. Well, it's got more than the Red Bull Ring. Oh, dear. Right, I tied it up for me. GT4 and obviously Porsche tomorrow night, mate. But then all roads lead to Sebring for you guys in these cars this time next week. Oh. And we know that's where the Logitech opener is in a few weeks' time. So that'll be a good training run for you.
Yeah, I'm so sick of racing supercars at Sebring, man. I hate that place with an absolute passion. So, yeah, I'll roll around, give you a good test of it. No expectations.
No, okay, fair enough. Although that being said, you've already had confirmation come through that Tyson Broad won't be on the grid, so it looks like it'll be between you and Will and maybe even Jace Douglas. But again, that comes back to what we were saying there earlier, the fact that the big boys are back in town. Jace was only able to get fourth tonight, and even then there were a couple of guys that dropped out of contention, Blake Fitz being one of those. So now that the heavyweights are available again, the guys that have been here for the first few weeks are going to need to maintain some sort of form in terms of consistency, rather than relying on being able to be at the front and forefront and center of what's going on out on the racetrack. Consistency will be key to them continuing their push for title supremacy, it would seem. Jonesy, see you tomorrow night, mate. Well done again.
Thank you, mate. Big shout out all the sponsors at DPR as well. High Performance Media, Name for Transport, DPRdocs.gg, and Stuffed. Yep, can't forget Stuffed. There you go. And all of those. And you guys in the broadcast.
Well, actually, on the subject of the broadcast, we have a bit of breaking news with regards to tomorrow night, which I'll get to in a moment. But thank you, Jonesy. Appreciate that. Well done. Very quickly, I'm going to get to Kurt Nommenson, Nathan Michael, and Terry Marsh in a moment, but I know it's school night. So, Bondi, before you go and go Betty Bye, unlucky. You had great pace. Had it not been for a wipeout at turn 1.
You're wrong. My pace was terrible. But I never actually got to show my true pace because I spent the first, pretty much the entire race just tyre saving, fuel saving, right foot braking. So, yeah. Only if I could show my true pace and actually put new tyres on at the end and see what I could do. But, yeah. Probably would have been smarter to chuck tyres at it at the end after the stop. But, yeah. Kept my position, so I might have been able to catch ones in front if I had new ones. Not sure, but is what it is.
Indeed. Although that being said, Bondi, I mean, at one point you were up there in, I want to say you were up in maybe 4th at one point, maybe 5th. But the fact that you started 7th and finished 11th, unfortunately, never ideal. How do you go about turning that around and actually being +4 next week when we get to Sebring, please?
Either not racing so I don't get taken out or not getting taken out. So, one of them. Whatever one comes first. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We'll continue the debrief off air. Appreciate that, mate. Well done. Good to see you out there. Rubbing panels, friendly fire, giving as good as you got. Unfortunately, coming off worse for wear, though. But good to see the car out there. And actually, at one point there, you were the best placed Ford in the field. So good to see that there's still some faith in the Mustang in the iRacing world. Thanks for that, mate. Go well.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow night. On the subject of Fords, Terry Marsh, welcome to you. About bloody time we saw some success for the Blue Oval, and you got the job done, mate, in the dev split and did so quite easily in the end. Nathan Michael pushed you most of the way, and we'll hear from him in a moment. I'm suspecting it might have been tyre wear issues for him as well, but maintained consistency throughout the course of the evening. Did your best to avoid a bit of carnage out there on the racetrack and prevailed with a solid win, mate, so nicely done.
Yeah, thanks. It was really tough out there. And my video voice coming through?
Yeah, we can hear you, mate.
Yeah, it was a bit tough at the start. I did stall it on the start, so I kind of was bummed out by that because I did qualify first in the dev split. So yeah, but I just with joining up with ATIX and the RER crew and all that kind of guys, those guys have been coaching me ever since I've been joining them. So during the race, some of the boys were coaching me as I was driving, making sure I just take care of my tires. And yeah, Nathan was catching me there, and I was a little bit stressed, but you know, some of the boys were coaching me, just keep taking care of your tires and it will prevail in the end.
To say too, massive turnaround in 3 weeks, mate, because like I'm having a look at the results sheet here from round 1, 11th and 10th in split at Watkins Glen. You're not on the grid the last 2 weeks, and all of a sudden you come out and P1, baby.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of in garage discussions and kind of coaching behind doors and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, the RER boys have been helping me a lot. I can't thank them enough how much they have helped me. I've been doing other few things here and there, other races and here and there, but it's a bit tough when you're a single father. So sometimes I can't make it, sometimes I can.
Yeah, that's fair. We were talking about the juggling act that is real world commitments versus, time in the sim quite prominently, quite frequently throughout the course of the broadcast, mate. We get it. You can't be in 2 places at once. I mean, I was commentating the Qual Series 2 weeks back. Last week it was the Ipswich Jet season launch. So I know exactly what everybody's talking about when it comes to not being able to commit full time to this caper. On the subject, hopefully that means we'll see you on the grid next week, mate, but we understand wholly and solely if we don't. If we do, however, what are your thoughts on Sebring? There's some mixed reviews of that place already in the post-race show this evening, but I'm interested to get your thoughts.
I've never actually raced a V8 supercar around there, so
no.
Yeah, I'll probably be doing some hard practice over the weekend, have the boys coach me through it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it would be interesting to see how I go. I'm not going to put a high bar on myself, but I'm going to try my best.
And on the same notion, mate, does this and hello from Bravo Marsh as well, by the way. So you got some family love in the comments, mate. But before I let you go, on the same notion, I must ask: is it just the supercar that you jumping behind the wheel of, or are we going to see it pop up elsewhere when circumstances allow you to do so on the platforms of the GSRC?
This year I'm solely focused on the V8 supercar. Last year I did GT3, but as I've been slowly upgrading my gear, like new wheel, new pedals and all that kind of stuff, I feel confident in the supercar now to give it a good crack. So yeah, I'll be just concentrating on the supercar, and then if I have free time, I'll jump in whatever else.
All right, mate. Very nicely done. Solid result tonight. Good hustle, and up 1 spot on where you started as well. Well done on that. Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my brother there in the comments, and then all our sponsors: AITX, Shieldcoat, Slady's Glossworks, Kibby, and all the rest that I can't seem to remember. But yeah, thanks, and a big shout out to the RER boys. I can't thank them enough.
Well, that answers my next question, because I was going to say, considering that Will Buchanan threw you under the bus and passed the buck of sponsor acknowledgement to you, I was hoping that he might have also attached a list and sent it to your inbox. Obviously, he hasn't. That'll be available on request next week, I'm sure. Hey, well done, mate. Great performance tonight. Thanks for that.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
stepping lively today.